Hey everyone, welcome to Postman Live. My name is Kevin and I have Arlemi. How's it going?
Hello. It's going well, and you?
Not bad, not bad. It's cold again today. New York has some weird weather. It's this time of year where suddenly you're in November and the day starts out really cold and then it gets hot. So you never know what to wear. I'm wearing this hoodie for now, but we'll see later. Drop it in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna change later. Got outfit changes. But yeah, drop in the chat where you're from and how's it going. Yeah, so today's gonna be a blindfold challenge, but before we get into that, let's do the in case you missed it. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna see double for a second. Whoa. Okay, so where do we want to go? Let's look at the blog. So in the past week, we've had some new blog posts. I'm not going to go into detail on all of them right now, but you can see that here. There's also some new release notes. So for one example, and you can see this just Postman release notes. We now automatically switch between light mode and dark mode based off of your system settings. So that's pretty neat. And you do still have the option to manually change that, so it doesn't have to match.
Yeah, that was a pretty highly requested feature. There are a lot of people that were kind of not very happy with the fact that when they switched their system theme, the Postman app was not changing as well. So now it's there.
Yeah.
In your settings, you can have that. You need to set it. I think if you already have an account, you need to go in your settings and set it to system default. But otherwise, yeah, it's there.
And do you know, does that work for the browser version of Postman too, or is that just the desktop app?
Just the desktop app for now, but it's coming for the browser as well.
Cool. Yeah, it seems like a lot of apps are switching to that now, where it bases it off of your system settings.
Yeah.
And then there's some other V10 changes, but you can scroll through this. Another feature, I don't believe it was on there, but you go to the Explore tab in Postman. I hope this is large enough. You can now directly fork and watch APIs from here, so you don't have to directly go to them and then do all of that stuff manually. Like someone else is in there. And then I guess I should have done that first, but we have some new videos on the YouTube channel. It's a bunch of Arlemi. I have I think one video coming out soon on the private API network, so watch that. I need the views.
Is that how you get a promotion? The more
part of my performance review. I'm counting on everyone.
Okay, please people go and watch our videos.
I need this. No, but then we also have another Postman Intergalactic session coming up. However, it's not here yet. That should be there in hopefully the next day or so. It's on December 7th, right, Arlemi?
Yep.
And Arlemi's actually hosting that with I forget who, but stay tuned for that. That's observability in your APIs. So the next day or so, you can come here and you'll be able to find that. if you missed some of our past sessions, we just had one that's great for people new to testing. You can click this and see that whole video there. Otherwise, Devrel has been, and Postman in general, has been super involved in events. It's been a really busy 3 months now. I know Arlemi's been traveling all the time, so you can see some of our upcoming events here at the Learning Center. Um, some of these are online, some of these are in Bengaluru and other places in person, but yeah, you can check this out. Otherwise, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
It's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
But there's already, I think while you were chatting, there was a couple of questions in the chat about, are we recording this one?
We are recording this one. Yeah, I could not see chat. What you saw is what I saw.
Okay.
But yes, so you'll be able to view this on YouTube. So that channel that I was just showing, once the stream is over, you'll be able to watch it right away. I think that works on LinkedIn too.
Yep.
Good question.
Yep, it does.
What else? But you should watch us live because that's fun. You can interact with us.
Well, another question was, what are we doing today?
What are we doing today? So there's a bit of a backstory to this. I was traveling on Monday. I was on the train. I didn't know what else to do. I was looking at my calendar, trying to figure out like what's coming up because it's a very busy month. And I remembered I'm supposed to be traveling. I'm going abroad to Japan actually at the end of the month, and I didn't book my hotel. And I have to do that soon because I think usually it's more expensive the closer you book. So it's not wise financially to keep waiting. Um, and then I'm thinking about like, oh, what do I have to do for this stream this week? That's right, I have a stream on Thursday. So that's what we're gonna do. Arlemi's gonna help me find a hotel using Postman, and then I might actually book that hotel later.
So we need
Not
to
on
use
stream, but
I thought you were just gonna make me book your hotel, but no, we're gonna use APIs for it, right?
we're gonna use it. It's
okay,
gonna give me some suggestions, and I guess to make it interesting, we'll look at flight data. Even though I already have the flight booked, we'll see like, did I pick the cheapest day to fly? Maybe we'll find something that was better. But that's the idea. So
the two things I hear is we need to use like flight APIs and hotel APIs to kind of figure out what are the best options for you for traveling. Obviously, we're using your case for Japan, but this could apply to anyone else traveling.
It could apply anywhere. You could New York to California. That would work.
Okay, cool.
Ideally.
I see someone's asking again, where can we see the recordings? So if you go to youtube.com/postman,
I'll drop a link in chat actually. I don't know if this sends to LinkedIn, but
you won't.
It's seen on our screen. If you Google Postman YouTube, our channel comes up.
Can you put it in the private chat and then I can forward it to?
Sure. I don't have LinkedIn open at the ready at the moment, unfortunately.
Okay, so just a bit more context, I think, for like all of you watching. The goal of this session is, so Kevin gives me something to do. I was not aware of it before, and I don't know what APIs to use. So we're gonna go through like how a typical user would go. I'm just gonna start sharing probably now, actually.
I'm gonna nudge chat off to the side then. So don't worry, we can still see your messages. You just can't see them on screen.
Okay, and then
that one's you.
Okay, cool. So, Kevin sees your messages. I don't anymore because they're like on my side somewhere. So if there's any question, Kevin is just going to let me know. So we need to look at flight data. We need to get hotel data, and I guess I'd need like, it would be nice to have like a summary of it of some sort, maybe, or like
that'd be interesting.
Being able to sort them. One of the things that you showed actually during the in case you missed it was that page, which is what we call the API network, which is a repository of like tons of, I don't know how many thousands, multiple thousands, I don't know.
A couple.
Yeah, of APIs from like different companies. So you can go in there, fork that collection, start playing with it. I'm tempted to just search for hotel just in case there's something that comes up. So I'm going to filter by only the public API network. There's room stays. Does that room stays kind of rings a bell? So what did it
I'm
have?
interested to see how you do this search process because I am very all over the place when I was trying to do it.
So
Um,
whenever I search something in Postman, let me zoom in a couple of times. I want to make sure that I'm like filtering by the right thing. So instead of searching out of Postman, because that's also going to search my own stuff.
right.
If I'm looking for only public stuff, I'll say public API network, which is the first thing I want to do. And then, so here, like I was looking for a hotel. And then the other thing you can do is filter by type of thing. And then it's very much like this one is more about it's probably knowledge that I have because I use Postman a lot. If I see a name like Bold Crescent 1389, I know this is like an auto-generated name, so it might not be an official team. So I usually just like skip, and I look for companies like this one. So this one, I can tell they've put some time in it. They have their real name. Same with this one. Same with this one because that's us.
Yeah.
And then actually, they probably could use this one too.
It
Um,
sounds like Pacific Aviation Marketing Limited might have something to do with aviation. I
yeah.
don't know. Possible.
Let's see. Pacific Aviation. Is that the one? Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's the one. Okay. Oh, it's the same collection than the other one.
Same thing.
Okay, cool. And one of the things that I see about these ones, they have no documentation. So as a user, I actually don't know what this does. Right? I don't know how to use it. I can see there's like variables, but how do I get them? I guess they're here. Yep. But it's a stage, so I can't really use them. So this one doesn't look like one that I would want to play with. I could look at flights. So we talked about flight as well, right? Flight, challenge flight APIs, flight tickets. And then one of the things that I actually know because I've worked with them in the past, Amadeus, I know is a company that does like a lot of like flight data, and they do have public workspace. I'm probably gonna actually. What should we start with, Kevin? Should we do hotel or flights first?
Depends on what you think we have time for. I think logically, like a flight would make more sense. But if we only really have enough time for hotels, then I'd say hotels.
Okay. Let's do hotels because that seems like the bigger challenge. Because this one I already know, so it would
Okay.
be kind of be cheating. Oh, actually, wait, look at that.
Yeah, they do all of that.
They have both. Well, then that's perfect. Okay, so looks like my job here is done. Okay, let me. That's actually a good opportunity to see if we can find them through here. Let's do collections. Can we search here?
I felt like I almost had better luck by Googling Postman travel APIs, and that's how I had found Amadeus.
That would probably work. Yeah, so that's where I'm kind of lucky just because I know them. But okay, I can't find them here, so I'm just going to go back to the public workspace. So here I'm going to fork this, bring it to my workspace. I can start playing with it. Let's see, do I have a personal workspace? Nice. So let's have a look at the collections documentation and see what they say. So I'll need an account, I'm assuming. Client ID, client secret, I'm probably gonna get from my like Amadeus account. We can start with that probably. Amadeus developers.
To see your process for doing OAuth, because that's one thing I
Oof.
usually struggle with. I'm kind of building up like a routine because I was working with the YouTube API, and that's OAuth, and then Twitch API. Curious to see how you do it.
I just hope they don't ask for like a credit card at any point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Register now. Okay. Close your eyes, everyone.
Can toggle your screen off.
I think for now it's fine. Oh, I mean,
How's it going, chat?
yeah, I don't know if you can take questions from the chat in the meantime if there's any questions.
Do you have
I'm
any
like,
questions about anything? Doesn't have to be Postman related. How's everyone's day?
I don't know if it's Postman related though. Still with the right people to help.
I have an eyelash in my eye, so I'm turning my camera off for a moment. I should turn that off. What's in Japan? Really, really good food. I know. I mean, there's the staple of like, oh, this eyelash, man. Like, there's ramen. There's a lot of really good like rice dishes and stuff like that. It's not just all sushi and soup, you know. Um, and the parks are crazy. I've been there once. I studied abroad back in college, so I've been dying to go back. And they recently, I think, reopened just last
Yeah,
month. So,
yeah.
oh
Okay.
yeah, you're ready.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off while you're talking about Japan because I know you're
Yes,
pretty passionate
sorry.
about
No,
it.
we've got better things to do here. Good
Okay,
question though.
so I've created my account. You can now see here that I have my Amadeus account with my fantastic password apparently. So I'm going to sign in. And then hopefully I can find the self-service APIs. Get started. REST API. Okay, now the big question is how do I get an API key or OAuth, etc. Let's look back at here. Type of OAuth. Amadeus for developers use the client credential grants. Okay.
So right now we're just looking through the documentation, see if they have any info. Was there anything maybe in their workspace?
That's a good question. I probably should go back there. Yeah, there might have been some stuff at the workspace level, which would make sense.
So when we fork it, we're getting all of that stuff attached to the collection, but not the workspace. So there might be stuff there that there isn't. Add your API key in secret.
So it says.
Yeah.
For the Amadeus for developer collection, add your API key in secret. Okay. I'm just going to check if there's. Okay, so one thing that I was missing was this environment that I've forked as well.
Okay.
And bring to my workspace.
This is one question I see on the Postman forums all the time, how to fork environments and that kind of stuff. That's how you do it.
So now I can see that's where I'm going to need to add like these values. So I'll go back to here, my account. So here is now my API key, my self-service workspace. Haha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Create a new app. Postman livestream. Let's.
So that stuff's optional.
Yeah. If it's optional,
it means we're not doing it.
Yeah. Exactly. Cool. So now I have. Okay, that is good. I've got an API key, API secret, which I can put. Client secret, client ID.
We have API key and API secret. So I'm guessing that's the same thing.
You think so?
And then the access token gets generated because it's OAuth, right?
Ah, let's see. So this is client ID, client secrets.
So you just have to activate the environment.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll select the environment here, and then I'll edit it here. So client secret is going to be my API secret, which I do not want you all to see. I'm gonna make it.
So these are some best practices when you're working with API keys. Typically, you want to put them in, I'd say, like an environment, right?
Yeah.
And you would want to set your type instead of default to secret, so you can see how it looks like a password now. It filters it, and then instead of setting it in initial variable, because just like how we were able to fork this environment, everyone would be able to see that. I made that mistake once. So you'd set it as your current variable or value, and that's only saved to your local instance. So if you're in the
Yep.
browser version of Postman and open it up in the app, you won't see that.
Yeah, so in this case, it's fine because I'm in a personal workspace, right? So
Yeah.
I'm the only one who has access to that workspace anyway. But yeah, still a good practice to just keep it in current value as long as you're working on your own and on your own machine. Okay, so now I can go back to my requests.
Your question about Arlemi's typing speed, I think it comes with a lot of time, right? How do you type that fast?
How to type with such speed? Yeah, I actually was the fastest typer on my class back at uni. So pretty proud of this.
Did they ever make you do I don't know what the name of the game would be,
10
but
fast fingers.
well, it was like some sort of kids game where they made you like put your hands in the home positions and then like type, and I feel like I type slower that way.
No, no, I've not that. There was one online where it's just like you read text and you type at the same time, and it was how many words you could like
Yeah.
input per minute. Okay, we have a token, people, right there, and because what Amadeus did well actually there in their tests, they have this which sets my access
Oh,
token directly into my environment. So now if I look at my environment, my access token has been set, and I can start using that. So
cool.
I should be logged in. I'm guessing this just checks that. Yeah. Okay. So it's just if I want to get back to my
You could see the application name and everything.
yeah, my information. Okay. Let's do hotels. Oh, and there's different things. So one thing we could do actually. Um, so we're not gonna go all the way, but the way I see it, you said you want information about hotels, and then eventually you book it.
So
How?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like we'll look for, because I'll be in Tokyo, but I'm not
Okay.
opposed to going around. So let's look for, I guess, like cheaper hotels within, if we can select like a budget range,
Hmm.
in different areas of Tokyo,
Okay, let's see. Because
and
I'm
then maybe I'll
thinking
book
whether,
them.
like, if we could imagine we get a list of hotels, we select the cheapest one, and then we send that data directly to booking, and we book it straight away. Kind of like a.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe I'm in
Yeah.
over my head already, but let's see what they say. Um, Search and shopping. The hotel search is a hotel search API that enables you to find the best hotel offers. Results contain the hotel details. Oh, and you can select preferred option based on price, location, or amenities. Nice.
Cool.
So I can see here there's a city code. Do you know the city code for Tokyo, top of your head?
I do.
You do.
TYO. I do.
TYO. TYO. Okay. Nice. Uh, how do I select my preferences? Haha. How come?
Sus.
So it's complaining about my access token in the authorization header. This is inheriting from here. Which is inheriting from here. Inheriting from here.
Going all the way up. Oh, it's
Ah,
there.
is there.
Did the token expire already?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Let's see. Expires in, what is this? In seconds. No way.
Nah.
Nah,
What's
it,
with
it, has to,
that?
it has to be seconds. In minutes. Yeah, half an hour. And I mean, I can just query it again, and it says it's still, yeah, it's still approved.
Yeah.
So that's not the issue.
I mean, we could just copy the auth that it's doing and see if it bypasses it.
So you mean like copy this?
So the authorization method for the parent or whatever that was,
Yeah,
it was just the access token. So we could the
yeah.
bear token with that. Maybe if we put it directly on the request, does that work? Is it
Let's
maybe
see.
getting mixed up somewhere?
A request using bearer from. One thing that
It
could
says it's
be,
getting it from here.
yeah. So it's actually adding it to the automatically added headers here, and it is authorization bearer.
Should be working.
It was going all so well until now.
Stuck, chat. Need some help.
Okay, so in that case, let's go and have a look at their Amadeus Hotel API.
I can't imagine that's like a paid feature only. It's one of the basic functions.
Service APIs. Hotel search. API reference. Okay. So this is basically what we have. I'm just wondering if they have like different information on how to authorization guide. Okay. Requesting access token. Using the token.
It looks like bearer in the header.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly what we have. So it could be because of the scope of the token. Let's see. Type is correct. We have no scope defined, so that could be the reason.
They had that in their docs too there.
Yeah. Nothing here. And what about here? Scope. Interesting. Let's try another endpoint just to see. Let's do flight inspiration search.
Interesting. Primitive technical error.
Other error. One thing that I do see is this is test.api.amadeus.com. So
Also using V1, and I think the example had V3 somewhere. This one says V1 too, though. I don't remember where I saw V3. That one, yeah.
That one says V3. Let's see what it says.
Hotel.
Search. This one is on V2. Oh, I mean, that's because I'm on the V2. If I go here. Okay. This one works.
Progress.
Work with this one.
These are hotel IDs.
Hotel IDs. Oh, so I guess like that's once you're already like one step further.
But it might be because it's a different parameter, so we might be able to do like city key or whatever that was, code. Because it didn't mention that we have different options.
City code. Let's do that. Okay, so it needs
valid
this
format.
So now it says London. And what if I do BYO? No.
I think it's just looking at that specific hotel.
Yeah, specific hotel. What if this is just it's there but not fit? Okay, so it needs hotel IDs.
Start searching at the same time.
Hotel search, hotel list. Find hotels by city. That would work. Okay. Let me
that
clear.
Makes sense.
Yeah, let me clear a bit there because we're starting to have quite a few tabs. Okay, so recentering on what we did. Got the access token. Tried to use it on a couple endpoints. It would not work for some reason. But we now have an endpoint which is where did it go? Did I move it somewhere else?
find hotels by city somewhere.
Find hotels by city. I think I moved it.
Did go.
Interesting.
There we go. It's back.
Okay, find hotel by city, and now I have a city code, so I can say Tokyo, and that. Oh, so it might just be the code that's wrong. Or oh, I don't have the environment selected. That's my bad. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have hotels out of Tokyo, which is quite of a long list. And if we look at it, is it paginated?
Yeah, it looks like that.
I think that's all of them, 80 of them. And yeah, the table codes. Okay. Geographical coordinate expressed in defined units. Okay. So I'm assuming instead of a city code, we can actually use coordinates. We can change the unit of distance. Chain codes. Do you have a preference?
I've never heard of a hotel chain code.
Okay.
I'd say something close to the center. So the default radius, maybe we can set it to like
1.
Or 1. That works.
And now we have. Do we have less?
7.
Okay, so now we have just 7. It's a good filter. And then, so what? Let's say what they reply with. We got a name. We've got a location.
Latitude and longitude.
The distance. So we don't have a price, but we do get a hotel ID. And then I'm assuming that's the hotel ID we could probably use in here.
Search, yeah.
So
because that's just giving us a listing of what's there. We have to give it like days, I'm guessing.
So I'm going to create a new collection. It's going to be and then move them one by one. So the first request is find hotel by city. And then we want to move this into, just reset the authorization here. Rare token.
So we're setting up the authorization again here because since we moved it, it can't see what that parent folder hotel uses for auth.
Tokyo, 1 kilometer. Okay, and then we want to send that to the hotel search. Let's just try manually first. If I do this here, is it just you traveling?
Just me.
Okay. We have some offers.
Okay, we can see some check-in dates.
Rate code. Okay. Standard room, guests. And we have a price as well. Cool. That's good. Let's see. What could we be doing now with this information? So are you looking for cheapest?
I'd say if we can filter by like a budget range, like something between like 80 and say 100 per night. I think that'd be pretty good. The yen is pretty low right now.
Let's see. Hotel list.
With like a date range.
Yeah, the date range seems to be like we need to have that for sure.
Might have to. It should be a parameter, but otherwise. Do ratings.
Swimming pool?
Oh yeah, we need internet for sure. Fitness center could be good, so I could keep up on the gym since I won't be here.
So wait, which one was that? The fitness center.
Fitness center.
So that was for this one. amenities, we need fitness center.
Babysitting. Solarium.
That's probably it. Okay. And then hotel stars. Just give it like this. But yeah, this one. So this one at least doesn't give you like price, etc., which makes sense because this one is
Yeah.
just listing the hotels. So let's see if we still get a few hotels with this filter. Oh, 3.
3.
Cool.
Okay.
That's fine. And now in this one, hotel search. So this one is go to API reference and examples. Is it this one we're using? Hotel offers. Check-in date, check-out date.
Perfect.
Okay. So check-in date, check-out date. What's the chat doing? I've not been watching.
That's chilling. No questions yet.
No question. Okay. I'm not going to use your real dates because probably don't want to share that publicly anyway. I'm just going to do, that's 22nd of November 2022, and we would say 30th of November 2022. What else do we have? A room quantity, price range.
So the interesting thing is,
yeah.
Oh, you can define the currency.
Yeah.
Even better. That was my question. Is that in yen or US dollar?
So we do currency, price range. That's a lot of parameters now. Look at the length of my URL. So currency is going to be
USD.
But I think because the hotel like tells you in
using JYP, right? JPY.
We'll need to use that.
So let's
would be
see.
A good range.
100 USD to yen is 14,185 yen.
So let's do from 12,000 to 22,000 and see if you have anything.
Okay.
And then so many things. Best rate only.
Yeah.
Yes. That's pretty interesting that you have like all of these filters available.
Yeah.
That's one. So if anyone's familiar with GraphQL in the audience, that's one where GraphQL would be nice. Instead of having to figure out how like all of this is working, the graph could just let us know the different parameters, the different values we can use, etc.
You could pull exactly what you're looking for too.
Yeah.
I may not need latitude and longitude.
It looks like you have only one offer? No, 2. No, 1.
Tell offers.
Offers.
That's an array of offers.
Yeah, so
check-in date of the 22nd and the 23rd. This
only
is one offer.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's good.
You found my hotel.
So that's hotel. How could we make that easier? So we really just picked the first one, but ideally you'd want to see all of them, right?
Ideally you'd get like say the top
this
3
one,
offers.
this one, and this one, right? So we can what we can do, we can save the hotel ID every time. So this one, and where is this one? This one, and then call the next one with these 3.
Right.
So let's try and do that. Oof. That's when I remember I don't know how to code.
Yeah, it's where brain's got to switch gears again.
Yeah. Let hotels. Hotel IDs. It's going to be an array. And then we'll say our data, so our response. We can just say hotels actually. That's pm dot JSON dot data. So now I'm just looking at the bottom here. So
Right.
pm.response.json is out of that. So now I'm just gonna go through it. So I need that data, and then hotels dot for. Can you
You can for each on that.
yeah? Can I do something like this?
An arrow function? Yeah.
Yeah. Hotel IDs dot push hotel
Amazing.
dot hotel ID. Would that work?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Console log it.
Always console
When
log
in
it.
doubt, yeah, console log.
Okay. Wow. Look at me.
Wow.
I'm
Almost like this is our job.
I'm a 10 times developer confirmed, I think. Okay, so we have an array. And now the idea is that for each of these variable, we call this one. So this will require a bit of coding again. How are we going to do that?
So you're gonna want to probably store it in.
Oh right, yeah, that's
a
probably
global
a good
variable.
idea.
Yeah.
PM dot. We can keep using the environment. Set a variable called hotel IDs. It could be. I probably need to use them. Let's give. Let's see. What if I do this? Okay, that works. But it's not gonna. What if I do this? Yeah. So now that's an actual array, and I'll be able to loop through it as an array. That's
a little easier than having to split like on a token or something.
Okay, so that's good. Now
it's driving me crazy that you don't use semicolons. I mean, I know you don't have to, but it's like so much better. So much better.
Look at that. Changes nothing.
Changes Are you team semicolons or no semicolons? Just JavaScript things.
So I kind of want to try to do it with flows, just because.
That could be cool.
Yeah, let's try.
Don't we have something coming up with flows at the moment?
Maybe. I don't know.
Someone told me something about a project they have to do specifically in flows, and it sounded really interesting. I didn't pay enough attention to remember.
Can you give the audience a quick overview of what flows are, just in case?
Flows are amazing for when you don't really know how to code. But I mean, there's more to it than that. It's like a visual scripting language, so you can't really see it here, but you can drop in these nodes which correspond to different, say, like functions within code. So this could be like pm.sendRequest, or it's this node where you can select which request you want to send. It can associate an environment variable with it. You can even add your own variables, different stuff like that. So it's like a way to visually, I'm butchering this, to visually represent written code into this. Yeah, I think Arlemi would do that better, but
no, that's good. So I have that node that is like send requests. I've set it up so it's using the request that we've just created, the find hotels by city, assign the environment Amadeus for developers, and now so we get a response, but the idea is to loop. So, oh, actually, I probably didn't even need to write this code. Let's see. Let's do loop.
Yeah, because response is probably going to pass that data along with it.
Yeah. What the least to a stream. What if I do for each? Okay. So I'm sending the data off from that response to here. And here I can say for data dot hotel ID.
This has improved so much since I've seen it. This is cool to watch.
Especially list got string. Oh, so do I want for data? Okay. For each data, I want to create a dribble, probably. So dribble are like variables, and also I like when it's like well organized. So just oh no, can't make
Oh
it.
no,
Oh no, it's fine.
it's the worst feeling.
Key hotel ID. This should be hotel ID. Okay.
So durables, they're like variables. Are they like constants or just a var or let?
I don't know.
Me
So I don't
neither.
want to. Yeah, I'm not sure. So now I have a durable that's called hotel ID. Hello, hello. I see people saying hello in the chat.
Hi everyone.
So I have for each create durable, and now I should be able to call my hotel search.
So for anyone that's just joining, summarize what we're doing. I'm going on a trip and I didn't book any hotels, so Arlemi is helping me with that. We're using the Amadeus API to look up hotels in a city with some parameters such as like amenities, that kind of stuff, and then we're gonna look at prices for certain days. But we're doing it in flows because that makes things interesting.
So what I'm doing here, I'm replacing the hotel ID that was like a string by a variable,
Okay.
so that from here I can say now my. Oh, can I actually just do this? Maybe I didn't even need to do the create durable. Let's see. Let's try to remove this. Do that. And then let's throw that in a terminal block. So the terminal block is like the kind of like the console for flows. So whatever you put in there is just going to be outputted here. So response goes to my terminal. Let's. Ugh. Oof.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay. So now we have everything. So hopefully, if it worked, we should see a nice like data passing through. This is going to run 3 times, and this is going to go in there 3 times. If it doesn't work, it's 100% my fault, and we can just debug it together. Okay, once, twice, 3 times, and now this one. So this one we actually saw before. It takes a while to run. Yeah, nice. That actually worked. I'm so happy.
Cool.
So we have one entry here, second entry here, and then third entry here. So what we see is that this one had 1 hotel. So that's the request we tried before.
Right.
This one had none. So there's no data here. And this one had none either. What we could quickly do as well. So I think we can do conditions now in here. So let's do.
Brings like a whole new meaning to spaghetti code.
If. Oh, that's not string. So maybe I should read how that condition block works first. Make a condition check and fork the data to either accept or reject. Input data on which decision needs to be made. Okay, so data needs to be, just needs to be there. That's all I need. Data
not equal to like
equals
null or
to like null.
undefined.
It's not. Is it any reference? Huh.
We're able to do like a type of.
No, it's just gonna do strings. Let's try it anyway. Data. No idea what I'm doing, as you can tell.
We're all learning together.
Can I trick it into accepting this? Let's see. So if it accepts that it's different than null, it goes to the terminal. Otherwise, it doesn't. Let's clear it. Try it. I did not like this one.
That's strange.
Did not change anything there though. Wait. What if I remove this? Is it gonna work? No. Somehow I broke that one without.
Things are changing.
Times they are changing. Well, to be fair, we did prove it was working. I was just trying to go like a bit over, trying to prove something, so that's fine. Oh, for each. Wait, where is it for now? Oh, my token expired. That makes sense.
That explains it.
Let's get a new token. And then.
And the beauty is that it automatically set it for us, so we don't have to do anything there.
Yeah, but then this.
To reset this.
For each data. That was it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do start. Okay, cool. That works. Stop.
It's doing its thing again.
Yeah. And then this one, yeah, I wish I could, with this one, easily try. Like, it's not. I guess that's not a thing. Let's see if we have another block for that. Values. Conditions. For each. We can try the check just to see if it's different. No, this one is like the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Which forget about me wanting to be too smart about it. So that works. We're happy with this. We actually don't even need code. That is so good. And we realized, so we have, out of all of the results, we ran it 3 times. We only had one hotel. So that solves your issue. You have your hotel. Now it would be nice. I mean, I'm telling you what would be nice. Let's say, what do you think? Because I have your data, right? Like, I know when you're arriving and when you're leaving. So we can look for flights on these dates as well. Right? Okay. So let's rename that to be trip booking. Then probably need, so we're done with the hotel. Search. We are not really done with the hotel. We didn't go all the way to booking, but again, I'm not gonna.
We'll just assume this is just giving me what to search.
Ooh, we've got a flight cheapest date search. Okay, is that like a? So this seems to be only for like one way.
Yeah.
Is there a way to do like? I like that there's like a flight inspiration.
Yeah, it lets you pick a place to go. I've always wanted to try that.
So you say...
Yeah, like where you're coming from on a date, it'll just give you what flights are on that day out of that airport.
Well,
But it's a primitive error.
because it's in the past, I think. Let's do 13th and then say I'm leaving from London. Nope. Does not
Does it have
like
to
that.
save?
No, when you send in the same one, you don't have to save.
Right. Strange.
Oh well, not gonna use that one. So let's do cheapest date. Let's try this one, see if it works. Okay. So I think that's probably the main thing we want to do. We want to find an endpoint that works.
Right.
That would be nice. Code 141. Good old Stack Overflow. Unlucky.
Yeah.
So we would need to move it to production and then do it there. But I'm not gonna.
Bit out of scope for a quick live stream.
Let's see if there's any of these ones that work, and then we can use
Okay.
request. Okay, that's fine. Departure date is in the past. Let's do 16. Okay, I think we have. Okay, cool. We have an endpoint that works. So let's move this one over to here. And then the first thing we can see is that we have these dates that we also have in this one. Yeah. And do you know about the dry method? Kevin, have you heard about it?
Right. I do. I don't remember.
It's the don't repeat yourself.
Exactly.
So we have the same thing in two different places. So what we can do.
I knew that's what it had to do with, but I couldn't think like what is the acronym though.
That's fine. I'll set as variable in a new variable, put it in my active environment. I'll call it start date. And then I'll do the same for this one. In my environment, and date.
This makes it easy. If I change dates, I don't have to change it in two places. Keeps it simple.
And now here, this can be start date, and date. Okay. This needs to be one person. Actually, this is also viable.
Yeah, we could do like city code.
Adults should be. Viable. Then everything's viable. Doesn't matter. Me as well. Price range, maybe not. And then what was the other one you said?
I think city code, right?
City code? Yeah.
Because we'll probably need that for flight offers.
City code. Nice. Okay. And here we have this is people. This is code. Lovely variables. And then what is max?
I think it's just max offers.
Max offers?
Maybe?
Yeah. Okay. And then this would be what's the code
NYC, I think,
NYC?
right? It'd be very weird if it's not, because everything is NYC.
Well, it depends if they go with like the airport codes or if it's like actual location codes. Because this one is for flights, so
I feel like we make it easy because it's like JFK is just JFK.
True. So we have offers. Isn't that a Montreal airport?
Yeah, I don't know. EWR is Newark, so that's right near me in Jersey.
Okay.
I don't know, Yule AC.
Yeah, so that's...
Oh, those are... Yeah, I don't know.
So I guess, and then that would be
That's
somewhere
the
in
arrival
Japan, probably.
Narita.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, so it's basically you just go through. I'm pretty sure that's Montreal. But yeah.
Montreal. I'm gonna go all the way up to Quebec.
It's a quick detour.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this as well. Now, what would be useful from now? We have flights. Maybe we can pick one.
Uh,
So what would be your filtering here? Do you want like less layovers? Do
I
you
would
want
say
like
yeah, like a direct flight if possible.
okay, direct flight, cheapest?
Cheapest direct flight.
Okay.
I don't care so much about the time because like 17 hours, 18 hours, same difference. It's
So
not really that big of a gap.
which one are you using? We're using the flight offers one.
Yeah.
Flight offers search. Was it? Flight. Yeah. Cool. So, are we doing the get or the post? We're doing the get. Get flight offers by buddy. What are these? Oh, I clicked on the post. That's my bad. Okay.
The color
Adults.
that threw us off.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
It's the other way around. Computer line
Travel
codes.
class could be a good one.
Travel class.
Yeah, and nonstop.
Travel class. What do you fly?
Economy. Postman doesn't pay me that much.
Economy.
Just
Nonstop.
keeping
Click
it
the wrong
real
one.
here.
Nonstop is true. Currency code, max price. Okay, let's try that again. See if there's fewer.
Narrowing it down.
Sorry.
You
Okay.
dabbing back there?
No, I went on mute and I was
Yeah.
it may have looked like because I'm just so proud of my work.
Yeah.
Oh, blacklisted in EU. That's a good feature.
What does that mean?
Some airlines are not allowed to fly over the EU at the moment. So that means if you're flying them, especially from like the US over to like east, you might have to like take a different route, like a longer
flight.
Okay, so now what to do now?
I guess like filter by price. So in like USD, something under 1500.
There was that somewhere. Yeah, max price, currency code.
Currency code.
So this one you want USD. So let's do. Wait, we said max price and currency code. So currency code, max price.
How did you do that?
Magic.
Just copy pasted two different things without having to copy twice.
It's a time saver. On Windows, you can just do Windows key and V, and that enables that. It's like default on Windows.
That's fancy.
Is pretty magic. Max price.
Say 1500.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is very soon.
Yes, like that is a good point.
So,
how high can it go?
Wait, that's what I wanted. What?
I feel like it might be the currency code that's messing things up because I was seeing ones in like euros.
Oh, you think that like they don't do the conversion basically?
They may not be doing it. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
not
because
that. That's expensive for an economy flight.
well, again, it's like next week, and because
Yeah, but
they just reopened the border. We're talking about Japan, so probably
that's
everyone wants to.
wild.
Okay, we have 5. That's probably good, and we could probably do the same thing as we did with like the flows for like the hotel.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our hotel flow, and we can have like a flights. So let's do start with send request. Flights environment, and then for each. I really like that for each one. Makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, so one of the things that actually says it here, flows. The reason why they know what your like request comes with, it's because you can save that response as an example. So I'm going to save that, and now the flows actually has like something to work from, so they know like what your body like looks like, and you can see, oh, okay, so I have data, etc. So for each
Kind of
data,
like
sorry, go ahead.
sorry, it's kind of like setting up a mock server then where you save that example and then you're building off
Yeah.
of that.
It makes it so you could do it without, like, I could write this manually if I knew exactly what's the response of my API, but it just makes it easier because then
Right.
you just get prompted with all of this like help stuff. For each, I don't actually know what I want to do for each of them.
I think it'd be price and like travel time.
It would be nice to like be able to compare them one by one, but
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be able to do that in here. Let's see. What's exponate? Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Stream of pass. Oh, we could have used that for.
Oh yeah.
So many things.
What does decompose date do?
Decompose date. So,
Individual. So it's like splitting it up.
yeah, like day, month,
Interesting.
and.
Yeah.
Kind of want to see if like in this operation. Well, that would be the same as like what we can do. So I don't think flows would allow us to do the whole like pick the cheapest one. We would need to use the actual like test script to do that. We would need to pick the price for each of them, save them in an array, then compile them one by one. Do we want to do that, or do we want to do?
We could keep things flow themed. I mean, in this case, there's only, what was it, 5 returns? 3 returns?
Well, so
5.
what we could do, because I mean we've already shown so many things on that live stream, and maybe I'm just like going off completely from what you wanted to do, but we've shown variables, flows. This is not really like digestible data, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
What if we were using visualizers to make it like look nice?
Getting a twofer. We're getting visualizers and flows in this stream. That could be interesting, though.
Yeah, yes, we've not shown that. Okay, so you want to give a quick overview of what visualizers are?
So it's like an iframe, right? Where you can write HTML and I believe some CSS in your test scripts, and it'll display under that tab. You can see like there,
Oh,
visualize, and it did it for us. We
what?
knew that,
Well,
but it turns that JSON code into, well, it doesn't turn it into that. We
no,
do
no. So
that,
they
but
the Amadeus team actually has that built in
yeah,
NetBeans. I had no clue. Yeah. Okay. So I
that's what it looks like.
they
You
kind of
write your
yeah.
HTML template.
So yeah, that's what you said, right? Like you write your HTML, you can use the a bit of templating to like actually loop over stuff, um, and just bind it so that your response goes to your template. But I'm happily
Makes it
surprised because
much
I
easier to see.
had no clue he was there.
That's not bad. I could see
Yeah.
like the flight number where it's going from Newark to Narita and then Narita to Newark again, the flight number, the departure time, the arrival time.
Oh, it
So
is
going
return as
from
well.
New York to Japan is a day ahead. And
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
the
Yeah.
return, you can see the total. Pretty good.
Yeah, and yeah, it makes so this is much more digestible than this. Like,
Yeah. Trying to scroll through it.
yeah. But they kind of see. I was hoping to spend the next 10 minutes on it, but I think we can just wrap up now.
I think that's good then. We
um,
this is a pretty hefty stream. We did a lot, I think.
I'm still gonna show the documentation for this because I think that's valuable for anyone who would be
Sure.
interested in like creating that. But if you go to the Learning Center, with this page called Visualizing Responses, and it kind of talks about what we like Kevin and I just mentioned. You create data, so that's usually just your like API response. Create a template to put that data in, and then with that code, you select that's the data that I'm going to send to my template. That's pretty much it. And then you can do some tables, you can do some graphs, you can do some heat
The
map
graphing is
data,
cool.
yeah, some actual maps. So tons of stuff you can do with that, and that allows you to like display data in a much nicer way in Postman. Cool. Do you want to wait? Let me save everything. Do you want to walk through everything we've done? I
Yeah,
can.
we could do that.
Okay. Should I do it, or do you want to do it?
I guess I could do it. So the context, I need to find some. I need to plan my trip to Japan. That's later this month. So we found this API, Amadeus. They do flight, hotel. Looks like some other stuff.
So yeah, actually, we didn't really talk about who Amadeus is.
Yeah,
Amadeus is like the booking system that most like travel company use in the background. So like you would every one of us when we book like um, hotels, flights, around like airlines company, that's what is in the back end. And what we did today was just coding directly what Amadeus does instead of like going through random companies' websites. So yeah, I completely forgot to talk about that.
yeah. So we searched on the Postman API network, the public API network, for different flight keywords, hotel keyword, and so we were able to find Amadeus, who had created their own workspace that documented their API, and that made it really easy for us. I mean, one, to find it, but also to start working with that API. So we forked their collection, we forked their environment, which is like a collection of variables. Um, and then we were able to really quickly start working with it, testing different requests. We signed up for an API key, of course, first. But yeah, we were able to start messing around with different requests. And then we figured out a flow for finding hotels within a certain city. In this case, it was Tokyo. With like a radius, I could filter based off of amenities, so like having a gym or fitness center. And then also like flight data. So here we
Cool.
were able to see a origin city, destination city, departure date, the number of people, all the stuff that you might enter typically into, say, whatever app you're using to find flights. We were able to do right through Postman, and it gave us a bunch of proposals or offers. And then from there, we got fancy with it, and we did it visually through Postman Flows, which is like a low code, no code kind of solution. I don't think they like that term, but it's like a visual scripting language for sending requests and stuff in Postman. Um,
And
and
you can
this
actually see
does,
what's happening.
yeah, you could see your code executing. So this was going through each of those, searching for the hotels. So the first one was giving us a list of hotels with their IDs, and then each one of those gets sent, and we get the data on that hotel, and it dumps it out into the console for us.
And then last thing we did was
We looked at flights. So this bit I had explained already. However, we found that the JSON schema is just messy. There's so much there, but the visualizer makes it all pretty and displays it in a chart for us. You can see total number of flight offers even.
and they had, so it's not, this is not generated automatically. They did have to like write some code for it, but it's valuable in the long term. Because like for us, it was making our stream end earlier. So
yeah,
cool.
yeah. If you ever have any questions about Postman, I mean, Postman Learning Center is the place to be. Otherwise, I mean, the forums and Twitter, but that's where we look to find that information. Everything is pretty much there.
Cool. Should I stop sharing?
Yeah, sure. I guess we have community shoutouts. I'll bring chat back. Hi, chat. That's about it then. I think we made some good progress.
Yeah,
Do you
that
have
was
any
a
shoutouts?
no, that was good. Shoutouts. So I think you mentioned the intergalactic session. We do have like a few more events coming up. So for anyone that happens to be in London, we have a conference next. Let me actually share this one instead. This.
Juggling screen sharing.
Sorry. Oh.
Okay.
You go.
Do it. Okay. There we go.
So two things. We have the Modern Frontend Lives. That's a conference that's happening in London. So we have one of our engineer, Ruben, who's going to be speaking there. But we also have a Postman booth. So any of you happens to be in London, come around. We also have something in the Bay Area, I think in SF, happening in the Postman office. This one is specific for educators, teachers, etc. But if one of you is sounds like you, go and check that one out. Register, and you get to learn about teaching APIs with Postman and Twitter. And this is run by Claire and Ruby, who are part of the student program team. I think that's it on the shout side.
Now, where can we find that info?
On the Learning Center.
The Learning Center. Everything's on the Learning Center.
There.
But yeah, then like the Intergalactic, stay tuned. Hopefully by the end of the week, that link will be there. It's free to register, and you'll learn about observability in Postman and in your APIs. But that's about it then for today.
Thank you for the challenge.
And yeah, great work. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.